you know what, Christopher, our topic today is something that I have been hearing about, but ultimately it's not mainstream, and that's AI agents. Can you define an AI agent, first of all? And why is it every business and every person that has anything needs an AI agent?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the call today, Neil. Yeah, I AI agents, if you're unaware of what this is now, ChatGPT allows you to create custom workflows, which mean all the manual tasks that we used to do as humans can now be automated through a robot or the AI in the sense. So an AI agent basically consists of an agent that knows all your workflows and can use all your company data to help you make informed decisions as a business owners. So we're starting to see right now, Neil, that a lot of owners are, instead of hiring a whole team again, I could actually hire a few subsets of AI agents for either my sales purposes, marketing, or maybe operations pieces, right? Those low hanging pieces of fruit on the operations side where I spend all my manual time doing. I don't want to take forever trying to do data entry on an Excel sheet. I could have the AI do that. So that's where AI agents have really started to become most prevalent. And yeah, we're starting to see companies across the board starting to adopt that into their operations.
And AI agents, in a lot of ways, are almost not replacing the employee, making the employee's job easier, making the
Right.
company's job easier, because some of these tasks, a lot of companies, employees don't even like doing. So they can be more stronger in other areas.
Yeah, absolutely. Even us as programmers right now, we're using AI to help us write better code, help us do, smell tests to make sure, okay, is this code going to break in production if I send it out? Right. So there are ways you can be an AI assistant professional, right? And use an agent to help automate some of those mundane tasks that you help. What I think that does is allow us as humans to really spend more brain power on the most important things like the brand, getting, people in the door. What is the product, right? That's
Totally.
huge.
Because if you don't do that, it's a big problem. Yeah,
Right.
so that definitely gets. So let's talk about, specifically AI agents. And there's an AI agent for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, there's Mid Journey, Chat GPT's got its own one. Llama is a new AI agent sort of system people have been using. So I think we're for a lot of people, it's a lot of confusion on which one should I choose, right? And I always just say people should start off with what are the tasks that you want to automate first, the ones that you hate. That if you could hire somebody to do it, can you figure out if it's automatable via AI? One of the things that I helped did automate in my business was lead enrichment. I'd get a list of leads from somewhere, maybe through webinars or other places, and I'd be reaching out to these folks not knowing whether or not they're a qualified buyer or not. So now I have this workflow where it enriches the list. It tells me if this is a business owner or not, and maybe informs on the customer purchase decision. Do they have enough money to purchase? And are they looking, do they have the right buying signals to purchase? And so they'll tell me right off the bat, okay, hey, Chris, this is a list of qualified leads. Try these people instead. And that's where you can use it in sales, right? Marketing. I think we're starting to use that now with the podcast. We can just create the podcast here off of Zoom and then just send it through and and it'll automatically create subtitles and do our thing, right? So incredible to
I'm
see
I'm
where
interested to
AI
see
is
how
coming.
it goes. And that Dan Martell talked about that, and we're crediting Dan Martell's podcast. Shout out to Dan Martell about this, because I'll see how much of a believer I am or not a believer. I think that the key thing is a human being is going to be able to really smell test the best branding for a client. So there's certain things, but ultimately every person has to become better. And we're in a race to the top in that with AI, and it's going to be interesting. But AI
Yeah.
agents, you're right, make your life easier 24/7, 7 days a week. So your employees, your team can work on the most important things, which is coming up with a great idea, creating content that just can't be created with AI,
Right.
creating websites that can't be created with AI, meaning you need a human being to run it. But the things that can't be, automate, automate, automate. And I think we're finally, thank goodness, at a point where we have automation that makes more sense.
Yeah. No, and we have it to where now I just saw a LinkedIn post. There's one individual out in California. He has he has three AI, 100% AI companies, all different brands, all different service offerings, but he just runs all of them. All and then he puts all that data in one dashboard, and now he's running three businesses at one time. Like that ability to multiply yourself unforeseen in human activity before ever, right? I mean, it's just if you could replicate yourself, if you had a clone of yourself, Neil, right? Like how much of your day would you save? How much more time with the family would you have,
But
right?
they, but
These
the
are things
problem
to think
is
about.
people can't figure it out. And that's why they need someone like you, Christopher, to break it down and say, because you are a technological person, here's how I see things. Here's how I see your workflows. Here is how I'm going to help develop this for you. Because that's where UX Bright's going. They're going to the next phase, which is teaching companies how to automate their systems and processes to a level that is going to make opportunity to have more time with the family, opportunity to do what you do best and give the rest to AI.
Absolutely. I worked in my undergrad, my degree was manufacturing engineering. And if I got 100,000 products on the manufacturing line, I want to make sure that 99.99% of that is of high quality because that 1%, that bad 1%, that's enough to maybe even ruin my business. And what automation allows us to do is automate and optimize some of those processes where we just suck at it, right? And that's where, yeah, the future of UX Bright is going to end up doing. We're going to keep the centered, authentic user experiences of humans, but empower businesses to use that automation and AI to deliver real value. That's where
Uh,
this is all heading.
All right. So, best place to go?
Yeah, you can find us at UX Bright, UXBRITE.com. And then follow us on LinkedIn for the UX Bright podcast.
All right. Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks again.